Alright, hello everybody. Part 14. So, yeah, part 14. I don't remember what we need to do next. I think we finished the sealed cave. Golbez stole the crystal. And then we went over here? Maybe we need to talk to Sid again. I think we also need some more Cure 2s, now that we've cleaned out our inventory. Yeah, pick up about 30 of those. And then what I guess I was thinking about doing is heading down to the Callers area and getting those upgrades for Rosa and Rydia. I guess that's worth doing, since we have the cash. So let's go take care of that real quick. It won't take very long if we just kind of speed run the... Not speed run, but, you know, move fairly quickly through the calling cave. Let's try that. Oops, can't quite land on the cave mouth. That's alright, though. Let's see. This will be tougher without Kane, but we should be alright. It's really weird to put a Quake-focused enemy in a dungeon where you're kind of obliged to use float. What a strange choice, you know? Probably a little overkill there, but I think it's alright. Wow, surprise too, that sucks. Maybe a blitz will help. Alright, Leviathan, take care of it. Is that enough? That's enough. Wow, Cure 4 came out like super fast. That was crazy. See, that's a good use of Psych right there. 78 MP is nothing to sneeze at. When I was a kid, I never appreciated the utility of the virus spell. I never really thought about using a non-elemental spell when I had strong elemental spells. But man, virus is a good spell. It comes out fast too, which is another really useful point in this game, where there isn't like a ATB meter. Alright, that dungeon's a lot quicker with, without having to worry about the treasure chests. Let's go get some armor upgrades for Rosa and Rydia, because they need them. They need every bit of armor improvement they can get. Did I mean, I can probably afford an Aegis shield too, right? I don't think I could afford one before. Is it better than the diamond? I guess we're gonna find out, huh? Oh yeah, it is! More magic defense and probably some, what would you call it? Like, ability to deal with status effects and stuff. That's a straight-up improvement. I like that. And Rosa didn't even have the black robes like Rydia had, so this will be even better for her. Yeah, look at that. That's huge. Awesome. Other than that, I don't think we have anything else to do here. I mean, they don't sell anything particularly special. I guess I can replenish my carrot supply while I'm here. Was there any weapon that they sold that I needed? I don't think so. But I guess we may as well check before we go. We got her the Blitz Whip, which is going to be her best whip until basically the end of the game. He doesn't need that. I mean, she doesn't need that. She doesn't need that. I mean, In theory, we could buy a bunch of these to dart with, but they're a little expensive for that. And we could buy a handful of charm arrows if we wanted. Actually, why don't we buy a handful of charm arrows while we're here? What the hell, right? I don't think we'll ever use them, but now we have them. And I can probably sell... Did we buy the black robes, or did we... Huh. I know we bought the wizard robes, so I can sell these 3 without losing access to anything. I don't know why I'm hoarding. There we go. I guess she can equip some more white arrows. Oh, almost. Alright, so let's get the hell out of here, and let's see if we can advance the story a little bit. Okay, now let's go see Sid. At some point we have to get the ability to head back up to the overworld. But we haven't done it yet. Maybe we need to trigger it by talking to the king? That might be the way to do it. Let's make sure the inventory's clean, though. Okay, we can sell a few things out of there. I don't know if that fills up. I mean, it must fill up at some point, but who knows how much it can actually hold. I know we can buy all that silver stuff, so we'll get rid of that too. And I'm pretty sure that the other stuff that I picked up can also be bought somewhere. And frankly, we don't need them anymore. They're just garbage. Right? Like, we don't need staffs. We don't need Gaia robes. We don't need silver rings. We don't need a wizard cap. And we don't need a silver wrench or hammer or whatever. Okay, that takes care of that. We've now cleaned up inventory reasonably. And now we can go talk to King Geo. So that's what wakes Sid up, is talking to the king. He just knows. He's got a listening device up there or something. And just let us do most of the heavy work, okay, Sid? Jeez. Well, Sid must have leveled up while he was injured, huh? Or not. Dang it, he fell down again. Gotta say, as you know, as a non-Japanese player of the Final Fantasy series, having this be the first Sid is quite, you know, I don't know. It's just very memorable. The insane, overworking, crazy, engineer character. Really memorable first Sid for people who didn't get Final Fantasies, 2 and 3 on the NES. And take care of yourself as you would take care of the airship, okay? You can get a rest now for a while, I think, right? Goodness gracious. But this gives us the ability to drill through the cave-in that Sid created earlier in the game. You can leave there. And I guess we should check King Giot real quick and make sure that he's doesn't have anything special to say. I guess we're headed to Mycelia. Alright, sounds good to me. Of course, we'll run a couple of errands before we go to Mysidia, if the game lets us. I mean, let's be honest, that is a hell of a drill if it can cut through an entire mountain range. It's kind of fun, all the different vehicles in this game. Like, you get so many different things to play around with in different ways. Like, I need to pick up this airship in order to get the hovercraft, because the hovercraft lets me go here, and then I can go in here, and here's our good friend, the miniature tail collector. Rat's tail. Oh, this is... He hasn't been able to find a rat tail up until this point. Here we go. Get some nice ore. And hey, it's adamant. And where did we need that? Well, that's easy enough to figure out. South from here, we go over from here, we set this one down, get back into this one. I guess technically I didn't need to do that. I think that the Enterprise can now fly over, but I don't remember for sure. Anyway, we know this one can, and we know that there's a guy who wants the adamant. So now we get to upgrade the Legend Sword, which is actually very nice. I think it might take a little while. Come back later, he says. Alright, that's fair. Because we do have one other thing that we can do before we advance the story. In Mysidia, right? What we need to do is we need to head to Fabul and talk to Jan's wife. And then we need to... Maybe she'll have something that we can help him with. Okay, here's Fabul. Oh goodness. Are we... So one interesting thing about this game is that actually, now that we have Rydia, we can get drops from some enemies. I think imps and bombs. They're pretty rare, and they're not very useful, but they do exist. I'm not going to grind for them or anything, but I figured it would be worth mentioning them at this point. Because Rydia can get call abilities from monsters, basically. It's not like it's particularly good. Like, the bomb is not particularly good, and the imp is even worse. But, you know... now we have a frying pan, and we know what we have to do with that. We need to beat up a Baronian soldier with it. Or maybe just hit Yang once with it. That should work. Let's see what we can... Let's go take care of that as well before we advance the story. Of course, that'll mean another run through the Sylph Cave in a way that we've already gone, which is a little bit of a irritating, but, you know, what else can we do? It's worth noting that the Tower of Babel, as you can see, has a kind of magic barrier around it. Like, they never... The only mention of it that we get is Edge saying, we can't get anywhere near the Tower of Babel a little bit ago, but, yeah, we can't get back in there. Now, there are still treasure chests here for us to find that we haven't picked up yet, so I'm going to try to finish that, you know, in the same time that we get to go see the Sylphs. Ah, shoot. Took a little damage there. Oh, you know, we should stock up on heal and life potions too while we're kind of screwing around. The thing about Marlboros in this game is that they're really just annoying, not dangerous. Because you can always use a heal potion. You know, that's not ever actually a real problem. And then it's just irritating. You can always use a heal potion, and that's all well and good. They're not like the cat enemies that throw bluster at you that just insta-kills someone. And they're not like, an enemy that throws weak spells at you and cripples your individual characters. I don't know. The Marlboro is only ever really irritating in this game. Because he always gets that breath off. Almost always, at least. Well, one time it didn't go off. Very nice. Okay, we finally found these last 5 chests. I think these are the last 5 chests. I hope they are. And so now we can finally go finish this dungeon for good. We can go give Jan a nice bump on the head with some frying pan action, and hopefully that'll get us something good. Oh yeah, I forgot that's her reaction to getting toaded. Or to being by herself, basically. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is, but it is funny. Well, I mean, a tent should have done something, but it didn't. No, we have a frying pan. The ninja versus the karate man. An eternal rivalry. And that's what we get. He gets to rest, we get the Sylph spell. And we can get on out of here. Now there's actually one more errand to run before we advance the story. And this is another good one. If I can target the damn thing there. Okay, so now we let down over here, and we go in here, and now you're probably remembering that I've come in here twice trying to do something and it didn't succeed. You know what, let's save before we do this, just in case, because I forget how bad it is. Man, the clock in this game is really slow. Like, 1407. Or no, I guess I did that partway. Whatever. Let's not waste our breath on that. This explanation is not especially good. You know, Kainatsu got the king, but I have gained the eternal powers to help you. How? I don't know. It just happened. Well, thank goodness for that, right? Yeah, I thought there was a test. Oh, he just totally destroyed us. Is it a game over? It's a game over. Can we just not take him at this level? Or do we need to get stronger first? We can try one more time, really just kind of go off on him. But I'm actually a little surprised by that. What would be great is if we had Kane or something, because Kane could be in the air when that happens. Or just somebody else who can you know, avoid that somehow. Blink didn't do it, so that's interesting. We may need to come back here later. I remember the test being a thing, but I don't remember that it was actually hard. But maybe I've always done it like way late in the game? Like later in the game? Because we're already close to the end. Yep, we just saw this. Alright, we gotta really push now. Dart the light sword at him. Oh, you can't dart the longs. That's interesting. That doesn't do that much more damage than his... Let's try Lightning 3. We're gonna Berserk Cecil, so he does more damage. He's basically a lightning rod. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the lightning 3 helped. Knowing that he's weak against lightning is actually very important for that fight. Okay, so there's that. And now I think we're good. I think we've got everything that we need, except we need to stock up on heal and life potions, which we should be able to do now in the town of Baron. But yeah, that is another good summon for Rydia. It basically tries to insta-kill everything on the screen, and while it's not 100%, it's not bad. Wait, didn't we give the light sword to the adamant guy? Didn't he take it? Maybe not. That's weird. Let's go check on him too, because I don't know how long that takes to work, but we may be able to get an upgraded sword, which would be nice. Okay, so he's not quite done yet. That's alright. Let's head to Mysidia and see what we can do with that. Wow, they were in a hurry. As soon as we walked in, they were like, hey, we need your help. They even pushed over one of their own black mages. So, right when you thought there was enough transportation in this game, we get a freaking starship. You know, it's funny because, like the first Ultima game, all the way back in the 1980s, right? You start out in this kind of medieval world, and then by the end of it, you have a spaceship and you're shooting down TIE fighters. And they did something similar with this, which is, you know, I don't know if they were influenced by it. I know that Japan loved the Ultima series and the Wizardry series, but I don't know. Anyway, this is it. The path to the moon. And somehow Golbez didn't get it either. Now the big whale is kind of cool because it has both a flight controller and the crystal of flight to get between Earth and the moon, and it has resting facilities. You know, HP, MP restored, but we're still hungry. But it also has a big chocobo that's just there. He just lives here. So we can give him... I guess I can sell those longs in middle since Edge can't throw them, right? It'd be better to just sell them. I can... Oh, the pan won't go in there. That's interesting. And I don't think we need the ancient sword at all, do we? I don't know. I'll leave it in the inventory for now. But yeah. It's got a lot of different things that it can do. And now... I really want that sword. I'm just gonna be honest. I really want that sword, and I'm not sure if it's like a time-based thing, or if it's like a, hey, you advance the story a little bit thing. But just in case, we're gonna go check here real quick. Because once it's done, we also get something cool here, something else cool here, other than just a better sword. But it looks like he's still working on it. Oh, it's done! Here is the Sacred Sword Excalibur. And now that that's done, we can equip that on Cecil. Instead of the defense sword, we get the Excalibur. But the light sword's still there. I don't know why that's the thing, but there it is. Look at that boost though. We lose a little defense, but look at that attack boost. Excalibur's really, really good. But I think that if we leave and then come back, now that the adamant has been used up, maybe not. So, what I remember is that one of those dwarves will come over here and sell stuff to us, but maybe not quite yet. I don't know. But there's that. We now have Excalibur, which is a big attack buff for Cecil. And now it's time for us to go to the moon. Well, I guess you don't need to be perfect on the targeting there, huh? And of course we get attacked by monsters. A raven. The first enemy that you see, or maybe second enemy you see in the game, but like really, really far back. I guess I may as well save, huh? That's the one thing that the big whale doesn't have is a save point. So before we use the crystal flight, let's just fly around a little bit, just to see what it's like. Because it goes up, and it flies even a little higher than everything else. And it's kind of large and stately. I wonder if it can even land here. Yeah, it can. Alright. That's funny. You know, I'm just thinking we haven't gone to visit Edward in a long, long time. Is he still even here? It's been so long. But it wouldn't hurt to take 2 minutes out of our day to check this all out. We never talked to the clerics after we lost the crystal too, did we? I mean, we might have. We might have said something to them. Man. He's been bedridden for a long time. So that's if you don't know about the Jan and his wife thing, this is a clue to go visit her. But we already kind of knew how to do that. It was pretty obvious, let's be honest. And like it'd be even less likely that you go bug Edward about it, so I don't know. But that line is there just for funsies. Let's go talk to the clerics real quick and see what they say. Okay, so they now know about... Yeah. Then get it back. Our crystal. Problem is that Golbez has it now. The mightiest power. Okay. A little bit of dialogue there that you can easily not bother to go check out. And now, let's go to the moon. So the moon map is a lot smaller, which, I mean, fair enough. There's one thing here that's cool. The humming ways. There's one naming way here, and the rest of them are humming ways. One of them is a shop, who sells ether tubes and elixirs, though at an insane price. And there's a whistle here, that I forget what it's for, but we're gonna buy one, because why not? They have a sound effect. I don't know why they have a sound effect. I had a friend who was... So now we found out that the Namingway family are friggin' moon people. And they look... I always thought when I was a kid that Namingway looked kind of like Chef Boyardee or something. But now that they have different color schemes, they kind of look more like cat people. And they don't know how to change our names. Good for them. But the moon has this. And it has that giant crystal castle that we flew over just a second ago. The thing about the moon is that the surface is so cratered that there's nowhere to land near it. And so what you end up having to do is land near this cave here and walk your way in, fighting your way through a couple of caves. But there's also one other thing that you can do on the moon here that I know of. And that's this cave over here. Now, I'm not sure that we can do this yet, but I'm going to give it a try. They didn't tell us where to go on the moon, so... we're going to pretend that we don't know, right? What does a non-elemental spell do against these guys? Is it useful at all? It is. Good. I don't think we can do physical damage to them still. Yeah, they're immune to that. But I also think these particular ones are non-elemental. I suppose I can peep one next time we get into a fight, but I'll just do a fire too. That should be enough. Well, you know what? Let's call it for this week. Next week we will start exploring the moon in earnest. There's at least one more good caller summoned to get here, and then we can actually advance the story and learn some more about what's going on the moon and why Golbez is trying to get here. So yeah, thanks for watching, and this has been part 14, I believe, of Final Fantasy II, and I'll see you next week. Have a good one.